one specific frequency to affect the way we behave. It's too random, specific, extremely low frequency.
Welcome everybody. Welcome back to And She Rose here. I hope everyone had an awesome week here, or actually an awesome 2 weeks. I am back. Last week I had every intention to upload a new video. And of course, you know, when you're trying to do something good, distractions come. And I had some technical issues and trying to work those kinks out. You know, it was taking a lot longer. And then, you know, when you get through the week, you get busy with other things that you got going on in your life. And so that's what happened. You know, it's no excuses, but you know, you're learning. So bear with me here. I'm growing just like you are. But I'm here again. I'm here and I'm back here with another episode here at And She Rose. So today I want to address, because I was looking into some of the comments and I saw that one of my friends actually asked the question of how to find what her purpose is. So I want to talk a little bit about that. I'm going to share my story. You're going to probably see me look down every now and then because I'm looking at my notepad here, my notes that I've jotted down. So I'm not all over the place, so just to keep me in alignment of what the message for today here. And so here we go. Let's get started here, okay? So she asked about how to find her purpose. You know, first I wanted to define what in my own terms what purpose is. Purpose is an assignment that you give yourself or that the divine has urged you or is nudging you to do, you know. So and typically what I find, it is something that you've been doing most of your life. It's something that actually just really drives you. It's something that you can do without even, you know, you're not worried about money. You're not worried about, you know, getting anything in return. You know, it just comes natural for you, you know. Now sometimes those purposes may require you to get some schooling and get some background knowledge on that particular thing, but it's typically something that you are really good at and you might not even recognize it, but other people have. So I wanted to define that first. And then the second thing I want to say is when it comes to aligning with your purpose, you have to first align with yourself. And that goes back to my very first video that I put out there. When you align with yourself and you will align with the Most High or God, divine, the universe, whatever you want to call it, that's when you're guided and you have clarity on what it is that is best for you in your life. That's when you know better about what makes you happy, what doesn't make you happy in life, you know, what you're passionate about and what you're not passionate about, you know. So when you align, you have to first, like I said, you have to first define what purpose is to you. And once you have that definition of what purpose means, then you want to align with yourself and to your personal truths, and at the same time aligning with yourself is also aligning with the Most High. And alignment is just basically building relationship with self again. It's building relationship with God. It's building relationship with, you know, like I said, whatever you want to call God, universe, however, the higher self within you. Basically it's just tapping into that energy so that you can know best. Because when you're in your lower vibrational self or the lower frequencies, you know, and I know if some of you may not know what frequency means, but it's like a radio station. You know, different radio stations, you have different dials, so you have to go to that station to get that particular radio station that you're looking for. So it's the same thing, depending on where you at energetically, it basically determines your frequency. So it's basically how you feeling along with what's going on within you. All that is a measurement of frequency and vibration. Okay, so when you align with the God self, when you align with the higher part of yourself, you are aligning with a higher vibrational part of yourself. So you're not to say that you have everything is perfect in your life, but when you decide to align with that part of you, you will now work in unison, or in unity, I should say, or in harmony with self, the where you're doing the things that are better for you, and not the things that you just, sometimes we want to do because it feels good in the moment, but it's not really the best thing for us. So you would tend to become your own parent in some sense, or mother, guiding you in the right direction that's going to be most beneficial for your life, for you and your life, and and whoever else is involved within your life. So to me, that's what purpose. But just to kind of tell you a little bit, I guess, kind of give you an example based on my story. So how I found that, this is something I really wanted to do. I was always a curious child. I always questioned my parents about religion, spirituality, and things like that. I didn't question too much because I had those type of parents that were like, you just you did whatever was told, whatever you were told to do, that's what you do, okay? And so you align with that. But even though in the back of my mind, I always just question things like, certain things about like, why is life the way it is, for this person or that person, why are some people happy in life? Why are some people enjoying life? And why are some people not? And then a lot of times I would, compare people who were in church. A lot of times I see a lot of people in church suffering, and but then you see those people that were not in church that would just, it seemed like anyway, they didn't seem like they were suffering as much, but that was the perception of me being a child, not really knowing. But there's still, sometimes you question, like, why are some people rich? Why are some people poor? Why some people get into really great relationships and other people got horrible relationship experiences. So I used to be that kid. And as life went on and I got older and stuff, of course I went with the status quo, what was probably expected of me, or what the world, society says we should and should not do, things like that. And of course a lot of those things are good for me because it kept me out of trouble, but then in a lot of sense I was also keeping myself from being who I really am. I was kind of like harnessing and being this real conservative person that I didn't allow myself to really know Nicole, if that makes sense, because I was just going with whatever came to me. And at the time, like I said, being younger and more naive at that time. But as life went on and things like that, I really started getting, because I'm really a spiritual person. I really like spirituality. It is one of my passions, I question everything. I used to question. I really thought I would look at people in life and I would just see them, most people in the world just really on this what do you call that? It's like a rat in I don't know what it is, but they just go in a circle, chasing the tail, like a dog chasing his tail, And I used to question that because I was like, man, these, people just living paycheck to paycheck. They going through life barely making it, or, if they're making it, they somewhat happy and they're not really enjoying life, things like that. It's just every day it's the same old mundane things, So I used to question, why can't we experience like these good things, the things that you see on TV, So again, life goes on. So I actually went to what we call the School of Metaphysics, and I learned a lot about metaphysics that really resonated with me. But before that, I actually had a life coach. So a life coach is basically, it's like a counselor, but it's not a counselor. But a life coach basically gives you, or basically taps allows you to tap within yourself to see what it is that works best for you on how to get the goals that you want to get accomplished the best way possible for you. But it's not them telling you what to do, it's actually helping you to find what's best for you. So I started off with a life coach, and I love what she did because I was like, it got to the point where it was working for me, and I saw changes within my life, and I really love what she did, you know, helping people in that manner. And and so again, as time goes on, I went to the School of Metaphysics, and I learned even more about spirituality, things that they're not typically talked about in the church or mentioned, but not really like honed in on, you know, because I think there's a lot of controversy to a lot of things like meditation and things like that, how to meditate and so what. So went to metaphysics schools and learned so much, not just about spirituality, but I learned so much about myself, and realized in one day I was in a car, and I realized at the time, it was my boyfriend at the time, and I was like, oh my God, I want to be a life coach. And it just dawned on me, it just hit me out of nowhere, and realizing that I actually had been doing this unknowingly with friends, and because a lot of times I would have some friends that I would talk to. I was always trying to motivate and always trying to, you know, I wasn't perfect, but, you know, just trying to keep people from seeing themselves in a downward way or in a negative way. I was just always that person. And so realizing that I had been doing that all my life, and I realizing that was like that's just my thing. That's just how I operate. Even when it, you know, like comes to arguments, I would be the one that would try to see it from both perspectives and not, you know, and help both parties, you know what I mean, see things from the other person's point of view. So I knew that this is me. This is what I live for. This is what I thrive for. So I made it a point that I've had it on my vision boards as of late, really much. I've been really honing in on this part of my life. I've been back and forth with it because sometimes, you know, it's like, man, can I really do this? Are people going to really listen to me and things like that? What do I have to say? Do I have a lot to say, or what do I say? You know, all these things, these questions came in, of course, and that was just nothing but fear, fear of the unknown. So that's why I'm down today. I am here. So as you align with the principles that work for you and that works best for you, you will find that you will stumble upon, you probably already know it is right in your face, typically. So, and you will hone in on it, and as God works on you and makes you you become a better you, then that's when you will see yourself going more towards what God has purposed you to do, or what you have created for yourself to do as well. So, and like I said, it's typically something that makes you happy, something that you really like, and that makes you tick, you know. So I wanted to answer that. That's the gist of that. If you have any other questions in regards to purpose, please put it in the comment sections, and I am more than willing to answer them. And however, I hope everyone enjoyed and have a great day.